everyone. Welcome to our Halloween edition of Childcare Unplugged, hosted by me, Chantel Pettingill. I created this podcast to help parents with any questions they may have about parenting, daycare, and anything child development. We also answer questions about that parents typically have about childcare and about our program specifically each time we do one. We launch our podcast in the middle of September. I'm excited to bring you episode 3, which is Halloween. Today, we're going to dive into the spectacular world of Halloween with kids. Halloween can be magical and a fun time for children, but it can also have some unique challenges for families. We got a great lineup of tips and ideas to make this holiday a treat for the whole family. So let's get started. First, let's start with costumes. When selecting costumes, safety should be first priority. Make sure costumes are flame resistant and not too long to avoid tripping hazards. Bright and reflective materials can also enhance visibility during nighttime trick-or-treating. Also, living in the Northeast, we have to consider if the costume is layerable to keep our children warm. I remember as a kid, we had to pick costumes that fit over a snowsuit to help keep us warm. Also, lastly, consider your child's comfort and make sure they can easily move and breathe in their costume. Also, as parents, we always think we picked out the perfect costume for our littles, and then we find out they absolutely hate it and refuse to wear it. And guess what? That's okay. Maybe they'll be able to wear a part of it or a hat, or maybe if it's just a headband to go with it. Let them be comfortable. One way that you can do also ensure an enjoyable experience for everyone in your family is to plan a well-lit route in familiar neighborhoods. Sometimes it's fun to try out new neighborhoods, but if you're not quite sure about them, sometimes it's better to stay where you're familiar. Make sure you carry flashlights or glow sticks for added visibility. Also, in today's world, please check all the candy before it's consumed to ensure it's safe and hasn't been tampered with. As parents, there are some resources online that help show the difference between candy and not so safe items, as many times the not so safe items are created to mimic the look of real candy. For my daycare families and on our Facebook page, I'll share some resources for this before Halloween for you. And don't forget to remind kids about road safety, such as looking both ways before crossing the street and holding their adult's hand to ensure everyone stays together. Another safer option that's occurring in many communities are trunk or treats, which is a great alternative to trick-or-treating, as they are typically done in public or organization parking lots, and they're typically done in the daylight as well. When my kids were younger, it was tough for us to do trick-or-treating as I ran a home daycare, and my husband worked long hours so many times. So we kept the celebrations at home. We still do this now that my kids are older. Some fun ways to celebrate at home could be carving or decorating pumpkins, watching family-friendly movies such as Casper Hocus Pocus. This past weekend, we actually just watched the new Haunted Mansion. And then you could have a spooky scavenger hunt. Just make sure it's not too spooky for them. You can make and indulge on Halloween-themed treats or have a holiday-themed craft night. You could even invite some family friends over to join your family in this as well. Lastly, encourage creativity and imagination with your child. Let your child be a part of the decorating process. Homemade decorations and crafts can be fun and a bonding activity. And most importantly, make sure the focus is on the fun and not overly scary experiences, so kids of all ages can enjoy the holiday. I know personally, I am not one for the scary stuff, and I'm almost 40. So we try to do the not so scary stuff, not so much for my children, but for me and my overactive imagination. So I want to shift gears a little bit because 2 weeks ago, we had the privilege to bring 4 of our teammates to the Childcare Success Summit. This was such a great experience for us and for our girls, 2 of which have never left the state of Maine. So it was even not only just about child care experience, but letting them experience things outside of Maine. The professional development has always been an important part of our program, and we were super excited to be able to bring 4 of our people with us to the summit. The main idea of training for the summit is about leadership. So we took our 2 directors and we also took 2 teachers with us. We had the opportunity to listen to Damon John from Shark Tank speak, and I have a book that He wrote that I'm going to use for a Facebook Live soon to read story time to your littles, maybe next week or the week after. We also got to listen to Kevin Brown, who wrote the book Unleashing Your Hero. And let me tell you, when he spoke, all 6 of us were in tears, including Zach. And we were just moved by the speaker. If you can watch some of his videos, do so. It hits everyone differently and for different reasons. But he was very relatable, both as parents, as spouses, and as members and leaders in our communities. We also got to sit into breakout sessions. And between the 6 of us, we got to listen to 12 different topics, ranging from supporting teachers in the classroom, to setting up systems and standards, to hiring your dream team, to having sensory-rich classrooms, as well as helping student behaviors for better learning outcomes. The girls are so excited to bring back all this knowledge that they learned and share it with our teams and implement a better program. We're all meeting tonight through Zoom to come back up with like our top 10 things we want to work on and create a plan create a strategic plan in implementing their ideas to help make sure that we all have a better program. Not only did we attend Summit for professional development, myself and Maya are taking a leadership course through Maine Roads to Quality currently. And Zach and our teacher Danielle and Raina from each of our locations are taking the infant toddler Maine learning guidelines as well. Having growth both professionally but also personally is a big part of our programs for our teachers and for our admin staff and for our families. And we really try to make sure we live that in our everyday program. Lastly, we're excited to announce that both our locations have received a Rising Star rating of a 4 out of 5. And the only thing that's holding us back from that level 5 is getting nationally accredited. We're so excited to be able to continue to offer high quality childcare in both communities, Brunswick and Lewiston. In Lewiston, we're only one of 2 large private owned centers that have received a 4-star rating out of 63 centers, which is incredible. And in Brunswick, we are one of 4 large privately owned centers that have received the 4-star. We work hard every day to ensure that we offer high quality and early childhood education for your family, and will continue to do so. We hope everyone has an amazing Monday. I know it's normally out on Fridays, but today I waited till Monday to do it. We hope everyone has an amazing Monday and the rest of your week, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks for our episode 4. All right. Bye, guys.